125. Oh yeah, that's 13 inches shorter than the other record. That changes everything.
You have my truck on the hoist. Does that mean it's time?
Yes, we're going to start taking some of the parts off of this truck that we don't want to use and swap them for the parts that we do want to use. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you ready to raise it up on the hoist?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to take the front axle out, we're going to take the transfer case out, we're going to take the rear axle off to swap them out for the stuff we do want.
Why don't I want to use what you just said?
Well, even though this front axle is a Dana 60, it's an old school style with closed knuckles, coarse spline axle shafts, and drum brakes. So we want to swap it out for a newer version of a Dana 60.
So what axle do you want to put into it?
I'd like to keep common parts with the other wrecker, so that means a Kingpin Chevy Dana 60. Problem is, these springs are spaced at 36 inches, and the Chevy springs are spaced at 32 inches.
How do you fix that problem?
We'll have to re-weld some spring mounts on the frame, at least for now. I'd like to build this truck in stages.
We have no choice but to build in stages.
Well, what I mean is, I'd like to build it on the leaf springs to start with and get a complete running driving truck on the leaf springs. And then once we get all the bugs worked out of that, then we can turn it into a wrecker. And then once we get all the bugs worked out of that, then maybe we'll go to a link suspension for you.
Oh, okay. Are we gonna use this?
No, this is a Dana 200 transfer case. It was an unmarried transfer case. Had a little jack shaft between the transmission and transfer case. And the rear output is off to the side. We're not going to use that. Again, I want to kind of keep parts common with the other wrecker. So we're going to swap that out for a new process transfer case with a center output and a married unit.
And we're not going to use the rear axle either?
No, we're not. Again, this is old school with coarse spline shafts. The differential is offset a little bit, and it has the drum brakes. We're going to swap this out with a corporate 14 bolt.
So where do I start?
Well, let's start by taking the transfer case out, which means you got to take this rear drive shaft off. So there's nuts here, U-bolt, nuts here, U-bolt, and then the same thing back here.
Okay. What size do you think those are?
Probably 9/16.
Okay.
Might be half.
Oh, I think they're half. Yep, too big.
Well, they're 9/16 on my record.
Well, they're not 9/16 on mine.
It might be when we're done.
So does that mean if I break something, I can just steal it off your wrecker?
Well, we'll only have to carry one set of spare parts and not two sets.
Okay, I got all the nuts off. Now what?
Oh, now we gotta pry the drive shaft off of the yoke. Got it. Got all these nuts off too?
Yes.
Okay, pry that one out. Well, we're probably not gonna use this drive shaft, but the parts hoarder in me saves everything. So we're gonna tape up the U-joint and save the drive shaft.
So if you don't use it in 2 years, it's going.
Is that how it works?
That's how it's going.
So we gotta take the transfer case out. Yes, that's right. We gotta take the cross members off.
Is it gonna fall on me if I do that?
Well, not if you wait until I get the tranny jack up there.
Oh. Okay, I'll wait. I don't want it to fall on me.
All right, you start taking those off. I'm gonna go get a ratchet strap to strap that to the jack.
Okay. Got one. Can I do this
Yep.
size first? While there's stuff
Yep, it's not gonna go anywhere. Yeah, a little bit of rust on the nuts. What's that saying about rusty nuts?
Ah.
WD-40?
You need WD-40 for those rusty nuts. I'll read you the sign later. So it says, do you have tight nuts or a rusty tool? Then use WD-40. Stands 9 inches tall, height 1 inch diameter, complete with red knob in the man-size pressure pack. Makes old tools look like new again. Tools slide in and out with ease, even though that looks like C. Lubricates dry passageways, makes screwing a pleasure, gives better penetration. Keep a spare pack in your car for emergencies. Buy some. It's good stuff. Try some.
Wowzers!
Oh, look who showed up.
Huh, Blake's here.
That was a long drive back from Danbury
Yeah.
with the kids. That took us an hour and 20 minutes.
You have fun?
Oh my gosh, it was a blast.
Have you had fun?
She had a blast.
Good.
The best trails were those ones that this morning that you said, because it rained last night.
Uh-huh.
So they were super wet. So we made a splash into, didn't we? I think got stung by a bee. Twice.
You okay?
It was a big one, I think the other one was.
Horsefly once.
Well, of course, my mom was
She didn't cry either time. But she just, everything kept coming at her. I'm gonna go load these tires, I'll be right back.
Take the rear axle out now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Good. Won't reach the nut?
Nope.
All right, you're gonna have to hand loosen them then.
Here, I'll hand you my nuts.
I didn't know you had any.
Well, my truck, my nuts, and my washers. Please don't lose them.
Should be able to get that one with a socket now.
Yep. Gotta take the plate off now.
You can take the plate off.
Yeah. Now I gotta go over to the other side.
I don't know who leaves them long like that. I would have cut them off just so I could tighten them up with an impact. Okay, go push the button on the hoist and raise her up.
I'm stopped. Spin.
Okay, front axle. Take the drag link off first. You can put the nut right back on. Leave the bolt right there. Take the tie rod out too because it's above the leaf springs and the axle is below the leaf springs. So that means we gotta take that one off and the one over here.
How do I manage to should get this because it's not on straight. And you
Sorry,
said-
just pull the trigger. It'll be fine. All right, now find the socket for the U-bolts.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry.
So there's a pin. This pin, you can't just push the socket over that pin. You got to take a fingernail and push that pin in. You're gonna break one of them fancy nails, are you?
No, I have a wonderful husband. If I do, he'll let me go get it fixed.
Okay, push the button. All right. All right, that's the stuff we don't want.
Oh.
Well, it's a new day, and I found a few more things from her to take off of her truck. Might as well do it now before we start putting things back together, and before we get the engine and transmission to test fit, stuff like that. One of them is this cross member here, or rather, what's left of a cross member. Somebody's been chopping on it, but we got to unbolt that from the frame rail here, and then on the other side, and then we're going to get the exhaust out of the way. You gotta do the front one.
Nope. It's broke up on top.
Huh?
It's broke off on top and it's still welded together.
It's welded?
Yep.
Oh, for crying out loud. Well, looks like we're gonna be getting the torch out for those. And they welded the hangers on. All right, fine. Grab your Sawzall and we'll just cut this right now through the rubber.
Okay, I got a new blade.
The other one's broke anyway. Yeah, and I gotta grab the other end so it doesn't fall and hit you in the head.
So I'm cutting it right across the...
Just right across the rubber.
Okay.
Okay. We might as well cut them too. They're pretty rotten. Go ahead, I got the exhaust. Okay, other side.
Okay, I'm moving it. All right, ready?
Yep. Okay. Well, that's about as far as we need to go right now. I'll torch them off before we get the engine and transmission. I suppose they're dying to know. Should we let them know what we're gonna put in it?
I suppose.
So we have a fan, that's saving us a 6-liter LS for this. We're gonna put a Turbo 400 behind it, and then we're gonna do a 203, 205 doubler. But we gotta collect some of those parts now, along with the axles. So until then, keep watching, be safe out there, and maybe we'll see you in the woods.
Yep. Or in the shop.
Yeah? Oh, we better get this out of the way.
What's that for?
It's a slave cylinder for a hydraulic clutch. In fact, it looks a lot like the one in the Tucker Snowcat. That is. That's identical. We might have to save that. Well, that was ugly. Couple layers of rusty metal, hard to torch. But now we can grind it down smooth.